that happen?
Well, Congressman John Carney is a supporter of ours, and given the events out in Arizona, and seeing how people paused at the shooting and really thought about what's important in life, he looked at people in Delaware who have had an impact on people's lives, and very humbly, I say that, and he feels we've made a big impact both in Delaware and the country, so he invited me as his guest for the State of the Union. So I went down and had a pleasure of attending a reception in Minority Leader Pelosi's office, and then sitting in the House chamber for the speech, and then didn't get a chance to speak to the president, but was very close to him.
Did you ever think you would ever be there?
Of course not. It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. And quite honestly, the congressman didn't invite Joe McDonough as a private citizen. What he did was he invited me representing my son Andrew and all the children who have died and all the children who are fighting cancer, as well as all the supporters of the B Foundation, and for that matter, all childhood cancer fighting organizations around the state and the country.
So tell me, you were telling me about this statistic about how much funding goes into, is it research?
Yes. Our federal repository of cancer research funding is held at National Cancer Institute, NCI. And believe it or not, only 3% of NCI cancer research funding is allocated to all 12 major types of childhood cancer combined. Only 3% goes to our kids, which is just unacceptable.
What do you think it should be? We need to improve it.
Yeah, I don't know what the right number is, but when you look at analysis of what we call life years lost, when a child dies, there's 60, 70 years of life lost. And when you look at that, coupled with the incidence rate, you see that there's a serious problem. Also, those children that survive cancer, what people don't realize is that 70% of kids who survive cancer will have chronic side effects.
Like what?
42% will have life-threatening side effects. Some of the side effects are mental retardation, hearing loss is very common, infertility is very common, unfortunately secondary cancers are very common, and ultimately death.
So how can people connect with you, and what should they do what should somebody like me do as an individual?
I invite people to visit bepositive.org, bepositive.org, and learn about some of our Be Positive heroes. We call the children with cancer our Be Positive heroes. And visit the website, and you can see some of the activities, whether it's our soccer tournament, our Touch a Truck, our 5K, our golf outing, all events which I'm very pleased and appreciative to say Horizon is a big sponsor of.
So tell me about the rest of your day. What are you going to do today?
Well, today it's one of the most difficult and most uplifting parts of my job is visiting children in the hospitals. It's hard for me to go back into AI DuPont Hospital in particular because that's where my son died. But I will be going in there today to visit a child, and these kids they're uplifting to me. They're heroes. They're so brave. They have such a depth of character and courage. And also, what I will be doing today is reviewing family assistance applications. And we help families in 37 states so far around the country, families who need some medicine paid for, or an oxygen tank, or maybe a car repair bill so they can get 6 hours to the hospital for the chemo for the child.
What keeps you going? What keeps you motivated to do the good work that you do?
Well, I appreciate you saying that it's good work. People ask me, why did we start this foundation? And my wife, my daughter, and I started this foundation with the guidance of our son for 3 simple reasons: honor God, honor Andrew, and help others. And people have told me, Andrew's proud of what you're doing, and that means a lot to me. And I hope my son is proud, because my son is my best friend. And I start every day and I finish every day in Andrew's room talking to him, and I talk to him throughout the day. And this is my crusade. Till the day I die, I will be working to fight childhood cancer. No matter how successful the Be Positive Foundation is, it cannot bring my son back. And that hurts me very deeply. But hopefully I can help you and your family and your relatives, so hopefully they won't have to go down this path. And if unfortunately they do go down the path, hopefully I'll be here as a resource for you.
I think you do. You guys do amazing work. It's exceptional. And I think your awareness is really strong. And I know people in my family, when I told them I was going to get the opportunity to meet you today, they were excited because they know what you guys do and they support, So I think there's a lot of people out there in the community who may never get the chance to meet you, but I know that a lot of people really appreciate it.
I appreciate that, and because one of the things that's special about our foundation is it's a grassroots foundation. We talk about kids helping kids fight cancer. Mm-hmm. We're not an organization that gets $1 billion from Bill Gates or Warren Buffett, although I would not refuse that donation. Mm-hmm. But it's people in the community coming together and pulling together and helping. When a lot of people do a little, it's amazing what we can accomplish.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks so much for coming. I appreciate it.